Imagine being arrested just for doing a cartwheel in public, or facing jail time because you practiced a specific fighting style. This actually happened. Some martial arts were so deadly, so feared by governments, that they literally made them illegal. Today we're looking at 5 martial arts that were banned for being too dangerous. Number 5. Muay Thai, the art that had to be tamed. Let's start with one you've probably heard of, Muay Thai. But I'm not talking about the sport you see today. I'm talking about the original version, Muay Boran. Ancient Thai warriors used this battlefield art with deadly grapples, elbow strikes to the spine, and moves that regularly killed opponents. In the early 1900s, Thailand's government looked at the body count and said, enough. By the 1920s, they effectively outlawed the old-school Muay Boran techniques. Why? Too many fatalities. Fighters were literally dying in the ring from unrestrained strikes to the back of the neck and brutal throws that drove spines into the ground. King Rama VII reformed it in the 1930s. They added boxing gloves, timed rounds, referees, and banned the most lethal moves like biting, groin strikes, and unrestricted ground grappling. What survived became modern Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs we know today. Number 4. Lethwei, banned by colonial powers. Myanmar's national fighting art, Lethwei, is called the art of 9 limbs. Fists, elbows, knees, shins, and headbutts. Yeah, headbutts are legal, and they fight bare knuckle. Traditionally, there were no judges. The only way to win? Knockout. If both fighters stayed standing, it was a draw. When the British colonized Burma from 1824 to 1948, they took one look at Lethwei and banned it completely. The colonial government prohibited people from training or using Lethwei in any form. They feared its lethal nature and worried about armed resistance. Even today, most countries restrict it. Headbutts are illegal in MMA and Muay Thai rules, so pure Lethwei matches can't be held outside Myanmar under standard regulations. Here's a crazy story. In 2001, 3 American kickboxers visited Myanmar for a Lethwei exhibition. All 3 were knocked out cold by local Burmese champions. One was a former UFC fighter named Doug Evans. He got dropped immediately. The clips went viral. Myanmar has since revived Lethwei as their national sport, but it remains too brutal for international adoption. Speaking of technique and analysis, let me tell you about Jab AI. These banned martial arts teach us that effectiveness comes from understanding mechanics, angles, and weak points. That's exactly what Jab AI does for your training. We all know nothing beats a real coach. But what if you need feedback at 2 a.m. or want to analyze your striking form during solo drills? Jab AI is your 24/7 second coach, generating personalized training plans and giving you expert voice-based cues during workouts. Whether you're perfecting your Muay Thai clinch, analyzing your boxing combos, or breaking down sparring footage, Jab AI helps you train smarter. Available on both the App Store and Play Store. Now, back to the banned arts. Number 3. Capoeira, criminalized in Brazil. This one's wild. Capoeira started as a fighting system disguised as dance by enslaved Africans in colonial Brazil. Those spinning kicks and acrobatic flips, they're hiding combat techniques. After slavery was abolished in 1888, the Brazilian government panicked. Freed slaves formed groups of capoeiristas who became politically powerful. In 1890, Brazil outlawed capoeira nationwide as a criminal offense. The law was brutal. Getting caught doing capoeira in public, even just showing handstands, could get you months in jail. Police reports called it witchcraft ritual. Authorities said it could cause bodily harm, incite riots, and instill fear. Hundreds of practitioners were hunted down. Some were beaten or even hanged. Legend says police shot capoeiristas in the knees to cripple them. This crackdown nearly destroyed the art. Masters went underground, practicing in secret for decades. It wasn't until the 1930s that capoeira was decriminalized and rebranded as Capoeira Regional in academies. Today, UNESCO protects it as cultural heritage. The country that once criminalized it now celebrates it worldwide. Number 2. Vale Tudo, too violent for America. Vale Tudo means anything goes in Portuguese, and they meant it literally. This was Brazil's no-holds-barred fighting in the mid-1900s. No rounds, no gloves, no judges. Fights ended only by knockout or submission. Fighters could punch downed opponents in the head, soccer kick faces, whatever it took. When this style came to America as the UFC in 1993, politicians lost it. They called it human cockfighting. States started banning it immediately. New York outlawed professional MMA from 1997 to 2016, nearly 20 years. Other states and TV networks refused to broadcast it. Lawmakers called it barbaric. The UFC had to sanitize the sport. By 2000, they introduced the unified rules of MMA. Rounds, gloves, weight classes, and banned techniques. No more head stomps or soccer kicks to grounded opponents. Pure Vale Tudo basically died. MMA took its place as a regulated sport. And even in 2024, the Taliban specifically banned MMA in Afghanistan, calling it too violent. Number 1. Krav Maga, banned from sport forever. Number 1 isn't technically banned as a practice, but its techniques are outlawed in every combat sport on Earth. Krav Maga was developed in the 1940s by the Israeli military, with one goal: neutralize threats by any means necessary. No ceremony, no honor code, just survival. Eye gouges, throat strikes, groin kicks, weapon disarms, chokeholds, breaking exposed joints. Every technique targets the most vulnerable parts of the human body to end fights instantly. This is why you'll never see Krav Maga in the Olympics or UFC. Every single move is illegal in sport. Chokeholds to the throat? Banned. Eye strikes? Banned. Joint breaks? Banned. Krav Maga exists entirely outside competitive fighting. It's taught to military, police, and civilians purely for self-defense. Many schools won't even let students practice certain techniques at full force because of injury risk. It's not outlawed. It's just too dangerous to ever be a sport. So there you have it. 5 martial arts so deadly that governments had to step in. Some were banned completely, others were reformed, and one can never be a sport. These aren't your typical dojo disciplines. They were designed for war, survival, and resistance, and that's exactly what made them too dangerous for the modern world. Which one shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to check out the Jab AI app.